are you there? Welcome back to my channel. Hi, it's a girl again, Judy Powers. And I have a guest, a very amazing guest, all the way from Europe. I told you, in the Powers Show, we bring you the best for you to be inspired and to stay informed. Welcome. Welcome, Flo.
Thank you, Judy.
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Have you been watching my show, by the way?
Yeah, I've seen some of it. You know, the Swahili Sheng is not always easy for me, but yeah, I've seen it. I think you're very talented.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Oh, whoops. By the way, welcome to the Powers Show.
Thank
Here
you.
we bring guests to inspire our viewers and to keep them informed. You are welcome. How has been you and Africa?
Me in Africa?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a big question. That is actually a very long story. I've turned 59 just a few months ago, and it started exactly 50 years ago. I think I was in Kenya for the first time when I was 9 or 8 years old. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
I didn't speak any language other than Dutch, the language you speak in my country, the Netherlands. And I've been coming back and forth ever since. Africa is under my skin, under my white skin.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wish I had a black skin like you. It's more beautiful.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Why? Because it looks healthy, it looks strong, it looks... I admire black. I'm very sorry to be this, bleaching, white Muzungu. You look in the world, all the fast athletes, the guys that know how to run, climb, fight, are they white or black? You tell me.
They're white.
They're black.
They're black.
Yes.
Mm.
Kabisa.
So, what is this thing that you love most about Africa?
Oh, that's another big question. What I like about Africa is it is developing. And I love seeing developing things. A flower is beautiful when it's open, but a flower is even more beautiful when it is fighting to open itself up. Okay? Can you agree with that?
Yeah, sure.
So what I like about Africa is the people. In Kenya, people are usually very open and smiley and fast to joke. Yeah. To be honest, I like being a Muzungu in Africa, in Kenya. It is a big advantage. Yeah. Like yesterday, I was here in town. I was blocking the way in front of a hotel. Yeah. And my African friend told me now if I was here alone, the Askari would send me away. But now that I'm here with that fat Muzungu, nobody's touching me. So that is one of the advantages. Yeah. But no, I like the fact that Africa is developing. And I like developing stories. Yeah. Because they create curiosity and also they create a job. Yeah. If everything is ready, finished, then you sit back, scratch your hairy belly and eat crisps. Yeah. But if there is stories going on, you have something to do. I love it.
Yeah, true. By the way, you have told us you came here when you were 8 to 9 years. How is that possible? Like, how can a 9-year-old kid travel by himself?
No, I didn't travel by myself. In many respects, I had quite a dramatic youth. And one of the dramatic aspects is that around about that age, my parents got divorced, which is a very sad thing. Actually, my mother, she used to run a travel agency, and when everybody is running vacation in Europe, she was working. So my mama always took holidays out of the tourism season. She came to Africa, and she fell in love with both Kenya and an African man. Okay? Mkamba. Then she went back to my father, who was alcoholic and abusive to her, but also to us. And then she told my father, now, listen, I've got options. I have a man who loves me, and I love the man too. I'm giving you the option of cleaning up your act, become a proper husband, or I'm taking the kids and I'm moving to Kenya. So my mama then said, I'm giving you 3 months. I'm going to Kenya. After 3 months, I'll come back. And if you then not clean up your act, then we will file for divorce. And that's how it actually happened. So the first time I came to Africa, actually I was on a penalty mission for my father. The first time I came to Africa, we were punishing my papa. So Africa is still always like a punishment element in it. So
Thank God, that's how you flew here.
That's how I got here, yeah.
But what was the feeling of being a 9-year-old kid and your parents are divorcing?
Oh, that was very sad. I remember crying kabisa. I remember, my father, I'm always saying my father, he was, I don't know if I can use a swear word, but let's say he was a peep, but he was my peep, So, no, I was crying. And then, as a European kid, you come from this world where everything seems to be organized. My father was an alcoholic. Then you come to Africa where, by the time I came to Africa, Kenya was as old as I am, 9 years old. You remember Kenya, Madaraka, 1963, the year I was born.
Yeah.
So Kenya was not even as organized as it is now. And even now, compared to Europe, it's rather chaotic, right?
Yeah.
So, I actually saw, for the first time in my life, I saw beggars in the street and people with no legs begging. I was shocked. I was shocked completely.
Yeah.
I cried. I wanted to go back. But on the other hand, not today, but most of the time the sun is shining here. And we moved to Mombasa. I was playing on the beach. We didn't live in a Muzungu compound. We lived in a village, Utange, in Shanzu. I was playing with my Giriama and Digo neighbors, the children there. I actually grew up in a mud house when we were living here in Kenya. It had a concrete floor, but it was a mud house. We were not living in fancy Nyali or, Westlands here.
Yeah.
So, but it wasn't easy. I was confused completely.
Yeah.
We stayed here for a couple of years, and every year my father would fly in. He would book a hotel. We would stay with him in the hotel. And when he went back, my heart was broken, kabisa. I was crying.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. And about living on the street, you are very shocked seeing people lying on the street. Have you ever experienced living on the street?
Actually, when we came back to Europe, my mother's venture here, she tried to start a business. The relationship with this Mukama guy finished. We went back to Europe. I went back to the secondary school. But I felt so angry in my heart. Now I had two brothers who were drug addicts. And at that point I felt so angry, I basically followed in their footsteps. I started using and abusing drugs to that extent that my mother, which broke her heart, said, Flo, you can't live here anymore. The nuisance that you're creating in my home, you have a small sister also, I can't have you here. I brought back my drug abusing friends, and my sister and mother couldn't sleep because we were partying all night. We were eating all her food. So actually she told me to go. Then I lived in the streets for a while. I know in Kenya you call it chokora. Now I was a bit older than the chokora kids that I see here in Nairobi city. But no, I lived on the streets being homeless. Not easy, no safety, no security. No place to really rest your head, always on the run, because you're not supposed to be in the street. There's a lot of dangers in the street, also in Europe.
Yeah.
And I was a young boy. I was like 17, 18 by then. Sexual abuse is all over the place for boys and girls, and even for me, I was at risk at that.
Yeah.
I grew my hair. I was like totally outside the community, and not easy those days, not easy.
I'm sorry about that. In your family, how many are you?
I had two older brothers. They died. I told you about their drug abuse. They died of using drugs. Let me not get into details, but yes, they died of drug abuse. My second born brother, I'm the third born, he died many years after he had already stopped using drugs. But he developed a liver cancer because of injecting drugs with dirty needles. So I think it was even 20 years after he stopped using drugs, he died of what he did 20 years earlier. And then I have a younger sister who is fine, who lives in Spain actually, which is another country in Europe, like maybe 2,000 kilometers from where we live. But yeah, that is. And then my mother, she's still there. God bless her. She's 88, turning 88 this year, very old. Wow. She gave me Kenya. She gave me life. She gave me a lot of humor. I think I'm funny, but she is for sure.
Yeah, you're very funny.
But she is for sure. Yeah, so and my father died like 20 years ago.
Yeah. Have you visited any other country apart from Kenya in Africa?
I've been all over Africa, many countries.
But you seems to like Kenya in Africa.
Yes, Kenya is, I always say, I have a fatherland, which is the official way of calling the place where you were born, yeah, which is now Netherlands. And I have a motherland, which is Kenya, because my mother took me here. And this is my motherland, this is my second home. It's confusing. Kenya is chaotic. I love it and I hate it. But I am here several months every year.
By the way, you have told us about living on the street. How did you pick up yourself from there?
Okay. I had to deal with my anger. I had really no good reason to live. I faced that. Then there was two things that really captured me. First of all, I was finding a reason to live, and I looked into religion. And at one point I found Christianity to be my home. I found that being a Christian gave me direction. At that point in life I needed that. To be honest, I'm not longer very strong in Christianity, because I think it's also not answering many questions that I have and also limiting me. On the other part that picked me up is my creativity. My father, although he was my peep, he always stimulated me to go out of the box, look beyond my own ideas, get crazy a little bit here and there. Maybe we can talk about that on another time, but so it was Christianity and creativity that really got me out of the street.
Yeah. So that means that being a youth was not that easy on you.
No, that's another misunderstanding. And I understand, in Africa people look at Europe or America, most of the time they don't know the difference. Many Africans don't. And life looks organized and smooth. No, but people in Europe, they also suffer. For sure. Broken families, drug abuse, alcoholism, sickness, and even poverty. Yeah.
So there is poverty in Europe?
There is poverty in Europe. Not the poverty that you have here. But that's a whole different story, maybe for another episode. But no, there's poverty in Europe, for sure. Especially now, with the Ukraine war going on, the food prices and gas prices going up. Many people in Europe now, they can't afford to heat their houses. And it gets very cold in Europe, you know? So the gas prices are just, they're through the roof. I think they have not tripled, they went quadrupled. We used to pay 100 euros a month. Those people are now paying 500 or 400 euros a month just to warm their houses.
So let's move to why you are in Africa now.
First of all, because I love it. I have some very dear people around me here. But as I told you, I want to be part of the development of Kenya especially. I like developments. Every story has development. And as I left school in the Netherlands, as I left my drug addiction in the Netherlands, I had a great opportunity to become a media guy and to become a filmmaker. So this time here in Kenya, I am training with my small foundation in the Netherlands called Cinema Africa. I'm looking for opportunities to train and coach Kenyan filmmakers to grow in their profession.
So tell us more about Cinema Africa. Like, do you just teach or train filmmakers, that is, or do you also teach musicians?
No, it's only about film. It's only about film and TV and video. So maybe I could be training you, but obviously you don't need training because you have very professional people there. But no, I know nothing about music. I don't know nothing about techniques. I am a content creator. So I know how to make crazy stories. I know how to create a story of development, and actually I've done documentaries, and I'm proud to say I'm a award-winning documentary maker. Ta-da!
Oh yeah. But by the way, what number are we looking up to your film festival this year?
I'm looking at 40 to 50 filmmakers here in Nairobi, and then again another 40 to 50 back there in Mombasa. One day I want to have a big film festival with dancing and singing people, shooting, trainings. I hope they keep their clothes on and not drink too much. But no, one day I want to have these 300-400 Kenyan filmmakers working together, learning from each other, getting trained. That's my big dream.
Yeah.
But now one in Mombasa, one in Nairobi, 40 to 50 participants, happening in November this year.
Yeah, so is everyone invited as far as the person is a filmmaker?
What I can tell you that everybody initially is invited, but we have some recommendations. So if it's okay with you, Judy, we can start announcing it on the Judy Power Show also.
Sure.
What we'll need to do, we will send you a Google form, you fill in your application, and I hope there's more than 100 applications, but we'll choose the 40 or 50 ones that have reached to a certain level. You don't have to be very professional, but you have to have made some steps into the world of film already, or video, or YouTubing, or whatever, but in the media.
Yeah. Guys, thank you for choosing us. I know you have a lot of options, but you chose us. As for now, if you want us to take your photos, we are good photographers. Please call the number on your screen. That is 0795 210 943. We will see each other on the next episode. A lot is coming. So, Flo, I have one more question.
Yes.
I see you brought binoculars.
I did bring binoculars.
So you will give us the last word.
Using the binoculars.
Oh, sure.
This is my life advice. I told you about my life in Europe. I've told you a little about my life in Africa. That gave me the big opportunity to come with this life lesson, this inspiration on Judy Power Show. Inspiration. Always look beyond the obvious. Look further than what is around you. You see more color. You see more beautiful people, you see more horrific things, but looking beyond just what is around you, dropping your prejudice, it will give you wisdom and give you great adventure. So, the binoculars are a symbol of my advice to you. Look beyond the obvious.